Warning, major spoilers in this review. So if you have not seen a Spider-Man No Way Home yet, then wait until you watch the movie to watch this review. But if you have seen the movie, then enjoy. Spider-Man No Way Home, directed by John Watts, and is the third installment in the Tom Holland Spider-Man trilogy, and as well as the ninth Spider-Man movie overall, as well as the 27th MCU installment, and the fourth Marvel blockbuster to be released in 2021, certainly the most anticipated and hyped up. No Way Home tells the story taking place after the events of Far From Home, where Mysterio reveals to the entire world that Peter is Spider-Man, and Peter's life just turns upside down because of this. And while the general public are split on loving or hating Spider-Man, sadly, Peter, MJ, and Ned are rejected from all colleges that they are applying for because of the controversy. So, desperate times call for desperate measures. Peter goes to Doctor Strange and requests him to cast a spell to make the entire world forget that he's Spider-Man, but he interferes with the spell 6 times, bringing in all of the villains from the multiverse, and causes a even bigger catastrophe than one he already had. It's up to him to go from Spider Boy to Spider Man and fix everything. I was extremely fortunate to go and see this movie yesterday with my sister, who very sweetly took me to see it, and I gave her a Christmas gift where when we met up. It was a amazing day. Her boyfriend got to see this movie on opening night, as he is the biggest Marvel fan. And me and my sister coming as this movie, we had almost exactly the same thoughts. I know all you guys are pleading for me to call this the best Spider-Man movie of all time, as everybody is calling it right now. And I was at least hoping this would be the best Tom Holland Spider-Man movie, as it does feel like the Infinity War and Endgame of Spider-Man. It certainly reached the anticipation of Endgame, and that which is astonishing. This is not the general consensus review of No Way Home. This is my personal review, and overall, I liked No Way Home, but it is not perfect in any way, shape, or form. Nor is it my favourite Spider-Man movie, not even close, but it is certainly not the worst either. I would put it in the middle in my Spider-Man ranking. This movie really conflicts me, because No Way Home has some is like everything I love about Spider-Man, but everything I hate about Spider-Man at the exact same time. But first, let's look on the bright side and take a look at everything this movie does amazing. I much prefer the first half of this movie to the second. Everything dealing with the world discovering Spider-Man's true identity, and how Peter and the ones he loved have to deal with that. I mean, it's heavy stuff, and you just hate the general public for being a bunch of douchebags to Peter and MJ and Ned, and even Aunt May, bless her, has to suffer because of this. From the opening titles and opening scene alone, this movie cuts to the chase with Jonah Jameson saying, "Peter Parker's Spider-Man. I told you he was the number one public enemy." and you're just like, how could the world be so blind? Mysterio was clearly in the wrong. And but I love that they got Mr. Jameson from the Sam Raimi movies, and he's in this movie considerably. Incredibly interesting how some are siding with Spider-Man, others are siding with Mysterio. So it's not just they all love him and they all hate him. And Spider-Man's identity being revealed is something no other Spider-Man movie has ever done before. So this movie does take some bolder risks, and Tom Holland and Zendaya as Peter and MJ give their best performances of the trilogy, no doubt about that. They are both absolutely terrific, and they are both absolutely terrific, and MJ and Ned were involved a lot with the main storyline, at which I was happy about. And this is the most mature and grittiest of the Tom Holland trilogy, and Tom Holland gives his most mature performance growing up from a boy to a man, having to make decisions that will affect his dear ones and push him to the very extreme. And Benedict Cumberbatch, absolutely wonderful as Doctor Strange once again. He's not in the movie as much as you would think, but the scenes between him and Peter were some of my favourites. He's like become Peter's a new mentor after Tony Stark, and this movie is fan service galore. Some of the fan service here is heavenly, especially all the characters from the Sam Raimi trilogy coming back. The Andrew Garfield fan service, not so much. Whenever I saw the Andrew Garfield movie characters on screen, I was like, oh, I think I'm gonna throw up. Just get them away. But seeing Doc Ock and Green Goblin back, I was like, fuck yes, this is what I've been waiting for. And yes, it's ridiculously awesome to have Alfred Molina and William Dafoe reprise their roles after nearly 20 years, and yet they slip back into their roles as so flawlessly as if they only played them yesterday. Michael Giacchino's score is bloody marvelous, being packing a extreme emotional punch during the dramatic moments, and being upping the excitement during the action scenes. And what would be my favorite action scene in the movie? The Hello Peter fight between Doc Ock and Peter on the bridge from the trailer. That's delivered. Surprised not to see any characters from Into the Spider-Verse in this movie, like Spider-Gwen or Miles Morales, but that was a missed opportunity for me. But are Toby and Andrew in this movie? I can confirm they are, and they are in it way more than you expect. You will not be disappointed. My screening cheered when Toby and Andrew first appeared. The ending is an emotional one that you will not see coming. So why don't I absolutely love No Way Home? Well, here's why. I enjoyed this movie up to a point. For the first half, I was greatly into it. I was like, okay, this is looking like it could be better than Homecoming and Far From Home. Until they killed off Aunt May. Yes, let that sink in. That actually happens. I was so worried when I saw the trailer with Aunt May next to the burning building and Pumpkin Bomb that that Aunt May was going to die. I was hoping to God that would not happen, and it did. My worst fears were confirmed. I'm sorry, but fuck the decision to kill off Aunt May. I Words cannot express how much I hated that decision. Poor Aunt May. I mean, Peter's already lost Uncle Ben. At least let him have Aunt May. And me and my sister both thought Aunt May was gonna be all right. I mean, after the explosion, she seemed to get up fine. So what happened? I mean, they let Happy live, but not Aunt May. What the fuck? So first Happy outlives Tony, and now he outlives Aunt May. I'm sorry, but to me, Happy is such a vastly overrated character that has long overstayed his welcome in the MCU. I'm sorry, I think Happy should have died in that scene instead of Aunt May if a character had to be killed off to raise the stakes. Now Aunt May's never going to see Peter grow up, marry MJ, and have kids, and she deserved to see that because she was always his voice of reason and inspired him to be strong in the toughest of times. And you take that all away now that from the moment the movie did that to Aunt May, that's when the movie totally went downhill for me. And Peter does some pretty dumb things in this movie. It was kind of his fault what happened to Aunt May. If only he'd listened to Doctor Strange. Why was he so concerned about Aunt May and Happy forgetting he was Spider-Man? I mean, surely it would have been fine if everybody forgot he was Spider-Man except MJ and Ned. Then he could just tell Aunt May and Happy that he was Spider-Man all over again just fine. Why would he be so trusting of the villains? Why should they be saved and Aunt May can't be? Why would he so stupidly bring the villains into his home and put Aunt May in danger? Couldn't he have brought them somewhere else to get them home? When he brings a Doc Ock, a Green Goblin, a Sandman, Electro, and Lizard into his home, what did he think was going to happen? And Green Goblin doesn't even get his comeuppance at the end. Andrew Garfield just injects him and turns him back to Norman Osborn. Is that it? I will give the climax this. At least MJ doesn't die. At least MJ lives, thank goodness, because Andrew Garfield does get to save her before she falls. Also, some of the comedy with the Andrew Garfield villains, like Electro, in the scene where Sandman and Peter see Electro naked, was just cringe. And some of the CGI in the action scenes was surprisingly bad. You would have thought that during lockdown that Marvel and Disney would have had plenty of time to perfect it. Overall, I cannot sugarcoat this movie as much as you will want me to. I'm sorry. For me, Far From Home is still the best Tom Holland Spider-Man movie, because at least that movie didn't have any scenes that pissed me off like the middle act of No Way Home did. I am aware since the introduction of the multiverse into the Spider-Verse that the fans have been dying for a movie where all three Spider-Mans get to meet, and if that's what you want, you will get that here. But if you can't accept the controversial decisions the movie takes in the second half, like me, then you will feel a sense of dissatisfaction at the same time. And it didn't help that there were a couple of annoying moviegoers in our screening, like this kid who was shining a red laser at the screen, and it got to the point where people in the audience had to tell the kid to stop it because they were getting as ticked off by it as we were. Why was the parents let their kids bring a red laser to the cinema? I have no clue. That is irresponsible. And they brought kids to a 2 hour and 40-minute movie. Of course they're going to be bored. That's my final nitpick with the movie. Me and my sister agreed it was overlong, and the part where the villains were in Peter's house did drag slightly. It could have been 30 minutes shorter. But hey, if no, but hey, you should still see No Way Home if you wanted to see a movie that the fans have been dreaming of all their lives.
I give Spider-Man No Way Home 3 stars out of 5. Good movie.
I know all you No Way Home and MCU lovers are just gonna wanna string me up in a web and dangle me over the New York Bridge or something for not calling this a perfect movie, but but I can't call this a perfect movie just because the general consensus wants me to. Everybody's entitled to their own personal thoughts. Am I right? As long as you love the movie, that's awesome. Well, I love you guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoy this review. And what are your thoughts on No Way Home? Are you with me and think this movie is a tad overrated and not the best Spider-Man movie, but still a solid? Or are you are with the vast majority and think it deserves all the praise it's getting? Please comment and let me know. Please like this video and subscribe. Please follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and I'll see you all next time. And when I review Gift of the Night Fury, and remember, movies are us. Bye, guys.